What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys with my evil hero archetype video. So yes, I will be dipping my hands into the hero archetype. So I hope you guys enjoy this because these videos are going to be extremely long due to the fact that the hero monsters have variations of themselves. I will have to break it down into different sets so that we can get through all of the hero monsters. So we're talking Jaden's heroes, we're talking Aster's heroes, and we are talking about all the unique things about these monsters and these sets of monsters in the archetype. So the hero archetype videos will start, of course, with Dark Fusion monsters because I like them more. Because there's not too many of them. The Dark Fusion monsters, the evil hero monsters, were first introduced in the set known as Gladiator's Assault throughout the time between Gladiator's Assault and now. There were a ton of cards within a few packs here, mainly reprints, because these guys did not get new support till now in the form of Legendary Duelist Pack 5, The Immortal Bounds, where we will have tons of elements. We have tons of evil hero support cards. And trust me, they did not sit on these monsters and just, put them to the wayside. No, these guys have some great setup cards with them. And trust me, I will be going over all of the evil hero support, all of the setup cards, and even their counterparts who they have here in the game. So, without further ado, you guys, let's get started. And the first thing I want to start off talking about is one of the biggest support cards to any hero deck, and that is the Elemental Hero Shadows, who through his effect, when he is normal such summon, he can search for one hero monster and add it from your deck to your hand. So this elemental hero pretty much is the one elemental hero that can connect a lot of the archetypes together, because he can get any of them: Destiny, Hero, Vision, just any of those monsters in the main deck. He can search for them and add them to hand. Now, from going on from one of my favorite heroes to another one of my favorite heroes, we're going to talk about Evil Hero Malicious Edge. This is a level 7 Earth Attribute Fiend type monster, which is also something to note. All of the Evil Hero monsters are Fiend type. They are not any other type then, but they do have various attributes. So this one is Earth Attribute level 7 Fiend type monster with 2600 attack, 1800 defense, and his effect reads: if your opponent controls a monster, you can tribute summon this card face up with one tribute for the summon. This card attacks the opponent's monster in defense position, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. This monster has an Elemental Hero counterpart known as Elemental Hero Blade Edge. Blade Edge is one of the highest level elemental heroes under the control of Mr. Jaden Yuki, as well as one of his big hitters in the deck. Similar to how when he was the Supreme King, Evil Hero Malicious Edge was one of his big hitters in the main deck. Both of these monsters share the same level, attack, defense, and attributes. They share the effect of inflicting piercing damage to their opponent when attacking defense position monster. The only difference between these two monsters is the fact that Evil Hero Malicious Edge can be easily summoned, while unfortunately Elemental Hero Blade Edge has to have, loops and bounds thrown through it in order to special summon it. Since we're talking about special summoning or tribute summoning monsters easily, let's move on to the next monster, which is Evil Hero Sinister Necrom. This is a level 5 Dark Attribute Fiend type monster with 1600 attack, 1800 defense, and his effect reads: you manage this card from your graveyard. So summon one Evil Hero monster from your hand or deck, except for Evil Hero Sinister Necrom. You only use this effect of Evil Hero Sinister Necrom once per turn. So this monster is based off of the Elemental Hero Necro Shade, for they both share the same attack, defense level, and attributes. They now share the same type, for one is warrior and the other is fiend. They do have a similar ability where they can bring out monsters with less work. The Elemental Hero Necro Shade can while once in the graveyard, give you the ability to normal summon a hero monster that's level 5 or higher without tribute. While the Evil Hero Necro Sinister Necrom banishes himself from the graveyard to allow you to special summon an evil hero monster from the deck or the hand. So, as is both of Jaden's easy ways to summon monsters from the deck, we move on to the Evil Hero Aster Gold, level 4 Light Attribute Fiend type monster, 2100 attack, 800 defense. His effect reads: you can discard this card from your hand to add one Dark Fusion or one card that specifically lists Dark Fusion in its text from your deck to your hand, except for Evil Hero Aster Gold. You can use this effect of Aster Gold once per turn. Cannot attack unless you control a fusion monster. So the thing about the Aster Gold is he is the evil equivalent to the elemental hero Captain Gold. These monsters have a similar pose and position on top of buildings and have a beautiful night background in the back of them. The elemental hero Captain Gold has the field spell Skyscraper in his artwork, while the evil hero Aster Gold has the field spell Supreme King's Castle in his. Both of these monsters are the same level attribute, attack, and defense as these monsters are pretty much two of Jaden Yuki's main decks, highest level 4 or lower monsters. The crazy thing about these monsters is that they cannot do certain actions unless you have certain cards on the field. In order for Aster Gold to attack, you must control a fusion type monster. Well, Captain Gold says it can't even exist on the field unless you have the Skyscraper field spell on the field that it ironically enough can search for. There's also a place into I think the old school deck known as Big City Little City where you can actually play around with monsters like Captain Gold in his ability. But these two monsters are very high well attacked and also some of the highest attack base level 4 monsters in the game. Now we move on from these two monsters and we go on to Evil Hero Inferno Gainer, known in the LCG as Evil Hero Hell Gainer. Level 4 Earth Attribute Being Time Monster, 1600 attack, 0 defense. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your from your field. Target one Fiend type monster you control. That monster can make a second attack during each battle phase while you control this card, call that card face up. Your once per turn during the second standby phase after this card was banished to activate its effect, you can summon this card in attack position. Sadly enough, this monster and the next monster over do not have elemental hero monster equivalents of themselves, but these monsters do have some good benefits to their archetype, as this monster makes the monster it targets that's fiend swing twice that turn, which is also funny because um, with the array these monsters have in terms of attack, yeah, it is very beneficial. We move on to the last evil hero monster in the main deck, and that is Evil Hero Inferno Prodigy, known in the OCG as Evil Hero Hellchild. It's a dark attribute level 2 fiend type monster with 300 attack, 600 defense. So this monster's effect is very simple. Special summon this card. You can control no monsters. You can use if this card was tribute summoned during the end phase, if this card was tributed for a tribute summon of a hero monster, draw one card. So this guy gives an additional draw when it's used for the tribute summon of a hero monster, and because it's a one tribute, of course you can combine this card with the effects of Evil Hero Malicious Edge to bring the Malicious Edge to the board with ease, and then benefit during the end phase of drawing a card. Now we go into the spell cards. We got to start off, of course, with Dark Fusion. This card's effect reads fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. Your opponent cannot target it with card effects this turn. So it is a defensive card for the evil heroes, as many of them need Dark Fusion for their fusion summon. I think all of them need Dark Fusion for their fusion summon. And the crazy thing about this card is its artwork, as it depicts both elemental heroes, Vercingetorix, and Avion being used to fusion summon one of the evil hero fusion monsters from the extra deck. This card's text is featured in many cards that we'll go over, but it can be searched by Aster Gold. Next up is Dark Calling, normal spell card. Its effect reads fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion. By banishing fusion material from your hand or graveyard. Treat this card as a fusion summon with the card Dark Fusion. So this card is an alternative to Dark Fusion. There's also an alternative to Miracle Fusion, which is the elemental hero equivalent to this card. Sadly enough, I did not put Miracle Fusion up here, but you can banish monsters from your field or graveyard with Miracle Fusion, while Dark Calling says you can banish monsters from your hand or graveyard. This card's text does include Dark Fusion, so Aster Gold can search for it. Next up is Evil Mind, normal spell card. Effect is if you control a fiend type monster, activate one of these effects based on the number of monsters your opponent controls in the graveyard, you can only use one evil mind per turn. If your opponent has one or more monsters in the graveyard, draw one card. Four or more monsters, add one hero monster with or one dark fusion from your deck to your hand. 10 or more, add one polymerization spell or one fusion spell from your deck to your hand. This card's artwork includes the monster Evil Hero Infernal Wing, as she's using one of her attacks to inflict damage to your opponent. And this card can also be searched through the effects of Aster Gold. Now we go on to the last main deck card, and that is the Supreme King's Castle. Field spell. You can fusion summon fusion monsters that must be special summoned with Dark Fusion's effect. Dark Fusion with the effects other than Dark Fusion. Once per turn during damage calculation, if the fusion type monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can banish one evil hero monster from your deck or extra deck to the grave. You send one evil hero monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. That monster gains attack equal to that monster's level times 200 until the end of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. So this card has the artworks of the Supreme King Castle, which is actually featured in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, Yu-Gi-Oh GX anime. This card is the first of many cards that says you can just fusion summon your evil hero monsters using any cards for fusion summon. They use fusion for its fusion summon. That as long as they include that. I'm sorry, I'm messing this card's text up. You can fusion summon fusion monsters that must use Dark Fusion for their fusion summon with other cards than Dark Fusion. So you can use polymerization, you can use super polymerization, stuff like that, and summon those monsters as well. So there is some crazy things with this field spell, and of course, just like them, they can be summoned with Aster Gold, and this card's artwork is actually featured in the artwork of Aster Gold. Now we move on to the extra deck, and just to let you know, the extra deck monsters all have the text, this card must be fusion summoned with the effects of Dark Fusion, cannot be summoned by other ways. I think there's only one exception to that rule, and that is Evil Hero Malicious Edge. So, just let you guys know that. So, while skipping over that text, we go off with the first of the many Elemental Hero Fusion monsters. Evil Hero Fusion monsters that need Elemental Hero monsters for their fusion. First up is Evil Hero Inferno Sniper, known in the LCG as Evil Hero Hell Sniper. Level 6 Fire Attribute Fiend type monster, 2000 attack, 2500 defense. Needs the Elemental Hero's claim and the percentage for her fusion summon. This card cannot be destroyed by spell cards during each player's standby phase. Inflict 1000 points of damage to your opponent. This card must be in face-up defensive position to activate and resolve this effect. So this monster is based off of the Elemental Hero Rampire Blaster, for they both share the same attack level in attack, defense, and level. These monsters are both meeting requirements of the both have the same fusion material, Elemental Hero Clayman and Elemental Hero Berserinatrix. Similar to these monsters, if they're in defense position, they gain effects to do damage to your opponent. Sadly enough, Rampart Blaster, unlike Infernal Sniper, was altered in the TCG due to her effect being completely broken in the anime. Neck, which was pretty much, she can attack your opponent directly while she was in defense position, but the damage is half. It's kind of similar to Total Defense Shogun, who can attack your opponent directly. Who can attack your opponent, but still stay in defense position while attacking. Also note that the Heavy Samurai have a similar ability where they can be in defense position and attack your opponent. While they're in defense position. Very rare some monsters can do that. We move on to the next monster, that is the Evil Hero Infernal Wing, known in the OCG as Evil Hero Hell Wing. She's a fire attribute level 6 fiend type monster with 2100 attack, 1200 defense. She needs the Elemental Heroes Avion and Berserinatrix for her fusion summon. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. When this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to a graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack or defense, whichever one is higher, of the destroyed monster. So this lovely lady is featured on the artworks of Dark Fusion and Dark Mind, as well as her fusion material, Avion in Berserinatrix, being on her Dark Fusion spell card. This monster is the evil hero equivalent to the Elemental Hero Flame Wingman, as they are both opposite of attribute in gender. The only similar things they have are the ability to inflict damage to your opponent based on a monster's particular attack points, while Infernal Wing can also inflict defense, whichever one is higher. This monster needs Avian and Berserkers for his fusion summon. And these monsters are polar opposites in the form of she is a woman, he is a man. So crazy thing about those monsters. We now move on to the next monster, and that is the evil hero Lightning Golem, a level 6 light attribute fiend type monster. 2400 attack, 1500 defense, and he needs Elemental Hero, Sparkman, and Clayman for his fusion summon. Must be fusion summon with Dark Fusion. Oh, sorry, I should not read that. His effect is that once per turn, you can target one monster on the field and destroy that target. So he is the opposite to the Elemental Hero Thunder Giant. Thunder Giant, surprisingly enough, his effect was altered from the anime, as he didn't need anything to discard to target a monster on the field and destroy it. The only downside is he's the only between him and Thunder Giant is Thunder Giant has the better effect because Thunder Giant doesn't have to care about attack points being different than his. He just has to destroy a monster on the field regardless of his position. Well, Thunder Giant has to destroy a monster whose attack is less than his own, which means that monster has to be in face-up attack position in order for him to destroy it. These monsters do share the same level, attack, defense, and attribute in the same fusion material, as they both need Sparkman and Clayman. So I want to move Thunder Giant over so we can talk about the next monster and its corresponding, which is the evil hero Dark Gaia, level 8 Earth attribute fiend type monster. Question mark attack, 0 defense. Expect his fusion material are 1 fiend type monster, 1 rock type monster. This card's original attack and defense are equal to the combined attack of the fusion material monsters used for its fusion summon. If this card declares an attack, you can change all defense position monsters your opponent controls to face-up attack position. Flip effects are not activated at this time. So he has the ability to deal with monsters who have flip effects. The other great addition to this monster is that he can use both Fiend and Rock type monsters. He's the first of his unique kind, actually, to ever do that. Because there is one more evil hero that has a base setup to it as well as this monster. I do admire his artwork as well. He was featured in the anime as one of Jaden's monsters as well. The crazy thing about Dark Gaia is that he has no attack points. They are literally based on his fusion material system. You can use some very high attack rock and fiend type monsters, and trust me, there are decks that have used this combination and use it very well. And he has the ability to deal with flip effect monsters, but I've already said that. He has a similar equivalent to him, I guess you can call it, in the form of Elemental Hero Dark Gaia. For these monsters are both Earth attribute and hold the name Gaia, Gaia meaning Earth. But I think that is literally about it, because they are not the same. They are the same attribute. They are not the same level. They don't share the same attack and defense, and they literally don't have much of the same abilities, except for their reclusion to their fusion summon. Now we go on to the next Elemental Hero fusion setup. We have the evil hero Wild Cyclone, level 8 Earth attribute fiend type monster, 1900 attack, 2300 defense. He needs Elemental Heroes Avion and Wild Heart for his fusion summon. If the card attacks an opponent's when this card attacks, your opponent can activate any spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. When this card inflicts damage to your opponent, destroy all set spell or trap card, all face down spells and trap cards your opponent controls. So Wild Cyclone is pretty much the evil equivalent to Wild Wingman, as they both share the same fusion material, have the same level, attack, defense, and attribute. They do both deal with face down cards, as once a turn, you can discard one card from your hand to target one spell or trap card on the field and destroy that target. While unfortunately, Wild Cyclone has to inflict damage to your opponent in order for its effect to trigger, which is to destroy all face down spell and trap cards your opponent controls. So you kind of just weigh itself out between these two. Although these two monsters have a similar effect, I think honestly Wild Wingman is a lot better because it's not once per turn, so you can use this as much as you need to as long as you have a hand. Both of these monsters do require the same fusion material, as they both need Avion and Wild Heart. We move on to the last monster of the link between heroes, and that is the evil hero Malicious Fiend. His level 8 fire attribute Fiend type monster. The highest attack of all the fusion monsters. 3,500 attack with 2100 defense. Needs one elemental hero Malicious Edge and one level 6 or higher Fiend type monster. Its effect is during the damage. He's one of the fusion monsters in the Archetype that is not recluded to being special summoned, so you can special summon this monster again as long as you special summon it with Dark Fusion first. During your opponent's battle phase, all monsters your opponent controls are changed to face-up attack position, and each monster they control must be attacked by this card if able. So the thing about this monster is that it's a evil hero equivalent to the elemental hero Wild Edge. Wild Edge has the ability to attack every monster your opponent controls once per battle. So the crazy thing about this is that both of these monsters can attack your opponent's monsters as long as they will have a monster and attack them multiple times during that turn if able. Also the crazy thing is their fusion material are polar opposites. While evil hero Malicious Fiend needs Malicious Edge, Wild Edge needs Wild Heart and Blade Edge. Blade Edge being Malicious Edge's counterpart in the hero setup. So these monsters don't really have much in common. They don't have the same attribute or attack or defense, but they do hold the same level. And then we move on to the last of the hero monsters, and the only evil hero monster that does not have an equivalent to it is the evil hero Malicious Bane. Dark attribute level 8 Fiend type monster, 3,000 attack and defense. One evil hero monster and one level 5 or higher monster. This monster's effect is it cannot be destroyed by a battle or card effect. During the main phase, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to this card's. Also, this card gains attack it takes 200 attack for each card destroyed by this card's effect. Also, you can not declare an attack for the rest of the turn except with hero monsters. You'll use this effect of evil hero Malicious Bane once per turn. So this monster is also another monster just like Malicious Edge that Malicious Fiend, I'm sorry, that can be special summoned even though once it was special summoned through the effects of Dark Fusion. And does not restrict itself to being summoned by Dark Fusion. So that's a good thing. The other thing about this card is it does need a level 5 or higher monster, similar to Malicious Edge needing a level 6 or higher Fiend to summon it. And the crazy things about this card is, one, its artwork, because it does look like it has a Malicious Fiend being used for its fusion summon. It's one of the most brawlier of the fusion monsters. And it has a ton of setup for itself, as if you combine it with the field spell, this thing can be jacked up to the max and can do a ton of damage to your opponent. So that is pretty much it that I can go over here with all of the evil heroes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy my Archetype videos. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys next time. HPJ signing out. Take care.